Hi, Nick. Thanks for coming by. It's important that you understand we're going to work with you as much as we can on this. And before we get into the income that you've made from fighting, we're going to need to take an inventory of all your other assets that aren't money in the bank, okay? So I see here you own a home, and where's that home located? Stop 209. Whoa! Okay. It says here you own a vehicle as well. Can you tell me about that? Fucking 1996 Honda Civic. And have you had any modifications done to the vehicle? Got the fucking, you know, tape deck pulled out of it or whatever? Put it in a CD player. All right. Let's talk about the items you have in the home. Got some fucking throwing stars or whatever? Throwing stars? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. What exactly is a throwing star used for? Ninja shit. Ninja shit. Okay. Anything else? Fucking pair of nunchucks. Also for ninja shit? Yeah. Okay. Also got a fucking SpongeBob season 1 DVD and fucking TV DVD combo that I watched it on, you know? And that's pretty much it. I've got to say, Nick, with the amount of money I've assumed that you won fighting, I have to think you have more possessions than what you're letting on. My fucking pampered ass bitch. Let me ask you something, homie. Have you ever had a fucking Canadian wrestler guy lay on top of you for 25 minutes? Say fucking mean shit about you in the media and shit? Have you ever had a fucking mean faced dude run away from you for 5 rounds and then win the fight? No. Yeah, well, you know, fucking hard times all around, all right? Let me ask you, what do you have in your house or whatever? Nobody ever asked the fucking IRS what they've got in their fucking house. Who's making sure you pay your fucking bills? Wolf taxes, bro. Fucking everybody's just eating them up. You're right, Nick. It is wolf taxes. You're free to go. Fuck yeah.
What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Triple THS. I'm the inventor of cell phones, Tommy Toehold. Today, Nick gets GSP'd, Guida stops moving, Tough finally uses that ambulance, and Rhonda gets a new job. Plus a viewer comment of the week. Let's do this shit! Beware the Ides of March. It was the sport's biggest rivalry since Silva v. English, and not since Gina Carano versus Atal has there been such an anticipated bout. Over 20,000 Wolf tickets sold by GSP leading up to his title defense against the Pride of Stockton. Stage was set for one of the classic confrontations in MMA history. But GSP got a GSP, and the California native had no answer for George's anything, really. It was 25 minutes of Superman punches, jabs, and takedowns. But Nick said, fuck boring shit, and he ramped up the awesome after the fight, embracing George in a show of sportsmanship, then retiring, then calling for a rematch, then calling for the Carlos Condit fight, then telling the media he hasn't paid taxes in years. But make no bones about it, whether it was a pre-fight presser where 3/4 of the fighters weren't even asked one question, or telling Ariel Helwani that GSP hits like a girl, UFC 158 was the Nick Diaz show. Nick, what are your plans for the future?
Fucking, you know, want a rematch or whatever?
And who do you want to rematch with?
I want a rematch with GSP. I think I deserve it, and I think I'm the right guy. Which is why, you know, I want to retire.
Okay, so are you gonna retire, or do you want to fight GSP?
Look, homie, people in the media and the fans or whatever, they pay me to be the bad guy, but who's fucking fighting all the hitters, bro? You know? That's why I want a rematch with fucking Carlos Condit.
So not GSP.
Really, you know, depends. Got a lot of shit lined up, and I think I'm gonna take some time off and then fight Anderson Silva. But I'm ready to fight right now, so let's fucking do this.
I hope to see you in the octagon again someday, Nick.
Yeah, me too.
Caesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu?
Caesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
There it is. Even though GSP's Dark Place was a bit of a letdown, there was still plenty of awesome to go around in Montreal on Saturday night. Jordan Mine said, fuck your durability and stop Dan. How did he not decapitate that one guy Miller? Darren Elkins won his bout when Avril Lavigne stepped in before the UFC was even formed. Patrick Cote defeated Bobby Volker via being Canadian in Canada. Mike Greasy took some time off of Mad Men to defeat the manifestation of your childhood fears. And a juggernaut stopped Nate Marquardt despite Nate's utilization of the possum defense. That led us to the main event of the evening, where Rhett Butler took on Mr. Happy for the #1 contender spot. What preceded was more awesome than that one time Batman fucked up Superman with a kryptonite suit. Both fighters went absolutely Michelle Lopez on each other for 15 minutes, with Johnny breaking GSP's career takedown record in the first round. This one's got Fight of the Year written all over it, and holy shit, the awesomeness that would have been rounds 4 and 5 is unfathomable. Like a version of episode 1 that didn't suck giant donkey balls. With the win, the bearded one will finally get a chance at Van Damme's strap, and he's not waiting around, as he told Joe Rogan he will hire a ref and fight George at his house if he has to.
I'm ready right now, Tommy.
Johnny, we were just talking about you. How convenient.
I'm not gonna wait around for the UFC to make this fight. I'm here at GSP's house, and I'm ready to go.
Johnny, I'm almost positive that GSP's house is not sanctioned for fights.
It is as of 20 minutes ago, Tommy.
Yeah, but you would need a ref and...
I already thought of that too. That's why I brought Eve Levine with me.
That is pop singer Avril Lavigne.
What?
I'm not a pop singer. I do punk music.
Everything about you is terrible.
Also got me a ring announcer.
Bruce, we do not have the rights to that.
And not that I'm gonna need them, but I brought 3 judges with me too.
Ha! They're blind.
Attention, you're on private property. Leave now or I will wrestle you for a really long time.
Looks like you're gonna have to wait a little while, Johnny.
That's alright, let's go, guys. Eve Levine can stay.
The injury bug strikes again. Clay Guida was set to jump around and be boring on April 20th in a split decision win over Chad Mendez, but has apparently been sidelined due to injury, marking the first time since 1981 that the Carpenter has stopped moving. That includes taking shits. His bathroom requires assistance from FEMA. Mendez will now take on Darren Elkins at UFC on Fox 7, and Clay will take on crippling boredom while he heals up. There's something. Clay Guida's sleeping. Maybe we shouldn't bother him. This is the first time I've ever seen him not. We startled him. There he goes. Yep, that is what everybody expected from this part of the show. Spoiler alert! If you don't want to know what happened on Tough last night, go take a shit and come back. But wash your hands, damn it. This week's episode was all about the wild card fight and kicked off with a B-Rabbit training montage and obligatory emotional investment segment. Then things shifted to his opponent Kevin Pratt is doing it for the Gracies and wearing Shredder's headgear to avoid reopening the vagina above his right eye. Back at the house, Josh Salmon called out Jimmy Quinlan to avoid the damage he would receive from spinning head kicks, while Uriah Hall goes full Wile E. Coyote for a chance to turn Josh into Adam Sella. Cut to both teams going apeshit on some Thanksgiving grub, while Bubba McGrumpet Pants stares daggers into everybody since he can't eat. Akon Gracie was also cutting, but apparently not enough, because he had to go full Gilbert Smith at the weigh-ins. And then it was finally time for the wild card. Round 1 was all Kevin Casey and all grappling, as about half a punch was thrown between both fighters. As we started round 2, Bubba decided to get his McHead out of his McAss and went Circa 2000 Tito for the better part of 5 minutes. At a round apiece, it looked like we were going to get a third round of action, but Akon's kidney said, "Fuck that shit, take me to a hospital," giving the win to Bubba Sparks and finally using that fucking ambulance clip. For his efforts, McDaniel will get the finish bonus and a head kick from Uriah Hall. The quarterfinals of the toughest tournament in MMA are now set, with Colin Hart taking on Kelvin Gastelum, Big Luke duking it out with Taboo, Crash Not Bandicoot squaring off with Josh Salmon, and Uriah Hall defeating Bubba Ray Dudley. Next week we get 2 fights for the price of 1 episode, and a pretty good chance that there will be a shot of somebody sitting on a Harley Davidson motorcycle while contemplating their future. Speaking of tough, at the end of the FX prelims for UFC 158, Dana White dropped a bombshell. Next season the fighters will finally have something to do in a house with no TV, no internet, and no phones. Fucking! That's right, fight fans! The Ultimate Fighter's going co-ed, and in charge of all the insanity will be the Rowdy One herself. Tough 18 is the true story of men's and women's bantamweights picked to live together and have their lives taped to find out what happens when people stop being polite and start getting real. Coaching against Ronda this season will be Brock Lesnar. Just kidding. It's gonna be the winner of Kat Zingano and Miesha Tate. Tryouts for this April, so make sure you've taken a break from your long-term partner because it's gonna be like the Olympic Village up in this motherfucker.
Did you fucking hear about it, Tommy?
Yeah, we just talked about the new season of Tough, Dana.
How fucking awesome is Tough 18 gonna be? I mean, guys and girls living together in a big-ass house, you can't find that fucking shit anywhere.
What about shows like The Real World?
Shut the fuck up, you dummy. The Real World ripped us off.
But The Real World started in like 1992.
You need to get your facts straight. The first season of Ultimate Fighter invented reality TV. And not until the next season of Tough will there ever have been women and men living together. Suck on that, Randy and Bjork. Tough 18 is gonna take a giant shit all over your little reality show. Wow, you got Frank Shamrock. You can Frank Shamrock my balls. Because my show's being coached by Ronda fucking Rousey.
Wow.
I gotta go, Tommy. I'm doing some crazy thing in some random place that has to do with UFC expanding into new markets.
Your comment time! Each week I spend hours of my day reading your comments on YouTube for the boost of hate-filled energy I need to complete my arm workouts. This week's best comment comes to us from however the fuck you say that, who said, "You peaked during the first 30 seconds. After that, all downhill." That is generally the goal. I like to peak really early, then let this thing drag on for 8 or 9 minutes. Kinda like Shane Carwin against Brock Lesnar. That's show, fight fans! Tune in next Wednesday when I make balloon animals with Shannon Knapp. Until then, head to TripleTHS.com for the exclusive Tommy Toehold t-shirt made of 100% awesome. It's the only shirt you'll ever want to wear for the rest of your life. Do something awesome in it and send me a picture, and you might end up on the show. And if having my face on your chest isn't enough, now I've got beanies to keep your head warm and hilarious, and gi patches for those of you who want to strike fear in the hearts of your opponents. Pretty soon here, your entire house could be branded with my angry face. Where you at, George? Follow me on Twitter for pictures of your mom, like me on Facebook to be spammed with Ultimate Warrior promos, check out my YouTube channel for past shows and bonus content, and be sure to visit all my awesome friends who completely understood Donnie Darko. Remember Triple THS, I'm Tommy Toehold, this is not an exit.